Hey everyone. Recently we had a event, and at this event we had a Robot Bartender, and so I wanted to show you the program that we used to create this Robot Bartender and go through it pretty quickly. So what you're going to see on the screen here is our canvas where we created this program. Most of this is going to be just a bunch of GUI elements that we can use to affect the drink through a web page. And the point that we want to go through mostly first here is going to be this module here. In this module here, we are actually going to be kind of creating the code that is the code that goes through when we create the drink. So again, we're basically just creating this object here. In this object, we're going to reference a bunch of parameters, and then we are going to basically be going through this make drink method here. And real quick, remember that all of our programs here are generators. So in this generator, we are going to be yielding orders to our event manager, and the event manager is going to handle actually like running the robot and waiting for different calls. So without any further ado, let's kind of just get started and take a look at what's going on here. So let's go ahead and start the video. That's quickly going to bring us to this get cup method. In this get cup method, let's go ahead and look at this. So we are going to be basically opening our gripper. We're going to be moving in. We're going to be closing our gripper, and we are going to be moving up and then move to our pour location. Once we get there, we are going to open the gripper so that we can start pouring. So that's going to exhaust this little portion of our program here of get cup. So now we are actually down here. We have opened up our tap, and we have this little function here that we are going to be waiting until. So we're going to create a little subscription to this set drink level, to this drink level parameter here, which is going to be from the scale itself. So every time that an event comes from the scale, we are going to be pushing it through this little function here, and we're going to be waiting until the level of the drink is actually greater than the parameter that we have set for whatever we're determining full is going to be. It looks like here our drink is now full. So we're going to close off the tap. We're going to go down to the serve method. In this serve method, again, we're going to close the gripper. We're going to move clear. We're going to move to the serve location. We're going to move down, and then we're going to open the gripper, and then we're going to move to our park location. So again, this was pretty straightforward. So let's, we've kind of gone through the entire routine here. Let's go ahead and deconstruct how all this was created. So let's go ahead and kind of look at the program running and the canvas that created this. Let's go ahead and start. Functionally here, we have this set gripper Boolean object here, which is going to be, I believe, down here. Let's go ahead and kind of fold some of these objects away that don't really mean anything, so we can kind of have a better view here. So we are working on ways to make these GUIs a little bit nicer, but like everything that you create over on this canvas is going to show up over here. Excuse me. So what we have here, we have a set gripper here, and basically this one is going to open and close the gripper, and that's the same object that we're going to be manipulating, that we did manipulate rather in our code that we use to actually run this. We have this GUI float of the drink level here. This is going to be our subscription to the scale itself. And again, in a moment here, we will kind of show you kind of what's above this one. So every time that you see yellow here, it means that we are actually taking this parameter and we're sending it up to the next level because we have a bunch of different boards around that are all communicating. So again, this is meant to be just a quick overview, and we'll kind of dive deep into some of the other ones in some other videos. Excuse me. We have a bunch of drink taps here. So these are going to be the little valves that open and close for each one of the drinks. So every time that you press one of these, it's going to open the tap, Every time that is false, it is going to be closing the tap. And again, the open or closing is going to be happening on the delta of like when something changes. This is all event based, so the servo is going to be getting a message that it is going to be setting some state or another, and then the servo itself is going to be handling its own logic on what that actually entails. So next up here, we just have these three buttons here, and these buttons are going to be the ones that are going to actually like set off our drink method. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Be used to create our drink here with our drink maker object, which is going to be the actual program that we're used to run through this. So again, this particular little canvas here is run on the robot arm itself. Let's go ahead and move up here. So you can see here that we have now gone up a level, and we're kind of more at like what I'm going to call the board level of the program here. You can see here that we have this robot arm object here, and in that robot arm object, you can see that the parameters that were yellow here now show up here, and you can see that these drink taps 1, 2, and 3, they show up here, our set gripper object, and those are now available at this level to broadcast or subscribe to other parameters on other boards. So again, these are a bunch of discrete boards. Let's go ahead and make this larger so that we can kind of overlay a little few pictures here that are going to kind of show that we have a bunch of different boards. So we have this HX711 board here. This one is going to be the one that actually has the scale on it. We have the gripper board here. This one is kind of just out at the front there, and it basically is just a servo board, and it is going to handle opening, closing the gripper, and turning the servo on and off. We have the stack light here, and basically we're just going to be sending a string into this guy to change its color. And then we also have another servo board here that is the pourer that is handling the drink taps themselves. So again, we have a bunch of Boolean objects here that can go ahead and say, I want you to open and drink tap 1, 2, or 3, and it's going to go through. How about we go ahead and take a look at this particular canvas here, and we can kind of get a little bit of a view of what it is that's actually happening here. Right here, these three parameters are going to be in charge of subscribing to the parameters that are over on the robot arm itself. We also have linked these to a few of the buttons that are available on the board itself, so we can do some debugging while we're creating this program itself. We're working on ways to make this a little bit cleaner, so we are getting our Booleans in here. We're going to assign them a little number, and then we are going to go into this little code block here and run this every time that we get an event. So here we have our taps. These are the objects that are subscribed. We have mapped a few of our servos here. These are going to be actually opening and closing the taps. Whenever we get something, whenever we get an event, this event is going to be the number of the tap itself. So we're going to be looking in here, and basically, every time that we get an event that is going to be opening a servo, we are going to be spinning up a little coroutine. This is going to be opening it. It's going to wait for 3 seconds and then turn the servo off. So again, everything in here is pretty simple. We basically just have a bunch of PWM objects for our board itself. Okay, looks like we have hit about the 10-minute mark in this video, which was kind of what I was hoping to get across in this short amount of time. I hope you enjoyed. We'll have lots more tutorials coming, and we were pretty happy. Again, this took us like about a day to create here because we already had all these boards. We had done a Robot Bartender in the past, so I had the servo taps themselves already made. I already had the gripper that would grab the cups already made as well. So again, this whole ordeal kind of came together in under 24 hours, and I hope you will judge with that in mind. But again, this was a lot of fun. Everybody enjoyed it. Let's watch the video one more time, and we'll have lots more tutorials coming, and we hope you enjoy. Thank you so much.